Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Sanctum League 3.20. So in this episode, as you can see, we were playing a Ravaged Blight, and so the bosses and monsters have 200% more life, and I was just chilling. We had our, chill towers that freeze with our Anoint on the ring, and we had the Empowering towers, and we had some level 3 seismics, and everything was getting stunned and chilled, and I was like, okay, time to clear up the Blight Ravage map. So, there's just a couple bosses. Well, like, how many is that? 8 bosses or something? 7 or 8 bosses. And then, what happens is you'll see Corpse Detonator on the left. So right there. Let me go back. So you see this flash. So this flash right here is the end. So this is Corpse Detonator. And so the minus 11 max player res doesn't work on the minions. It's basically just this and the more life, and then knowing how much the bosses have of HP, and also the percent of their HP that it does. Yeah. So I checked all of them. They have 27 to 50 million HP. Then they have 200% more HP, and then yeah, however much the Corpse Detonator does. And then how many bosses was this? Let's take a look. So if we actually go back before the Corpse Detonator, look at the bosses. Wait, how long was the corpse there? So these were the 3 bosses. Okay, now pay attention. So the bosses are dead. Bosses are all dead. Corpse Detonator. We can start to see it. Boom. It's gone. It literally exploded every single one of those corpses all at the same time. That's what did it. There it is. Oh my god. So yeah, Corpse Detonator, Ravage Blight with the bosses stacking up just right. It got me. Okay, so then Alright, so then I got this picture of the explosion, and like, holy shit, it's the sun, man. We're just chilling, our AG's alive in this part, and then the sun appears, and he's gone. So Corpse Detonator is absolutely insane. What an experience. Okay, now we'll go through how we could have improved, what we were lacking and how we could improve it, and what we actually had, yeah. How tanky was my AG? We gotta go through all of it. It's time to look at the Animate Guardian in POB. So we have 102,511 HP. This is shown right here. The way you would get to this is you would import your build, and then you after having your skills and everything selected, then I would go to calculations, and you can show minion stats. That's where I am right now, and then I'm on my Animate Guardian, and I even input a special gear set, which is basically the gear, I think. I think this covers it, so I'll just show you now what it does when you actually have this on him. Oh, I guess I had brittle on the boot, but it doesn't matter for the defenses and shit. This is more like just to show the overall. Okay. Anyways, let's begin. So, 102,000 life. His reses are capped 83 max, and then the 90 fire because I was Purity of Fire, and then the range of the Purity of Fire, I want to go look at that before anything. 90. In the clip, I'm probably next to my Animate Guardian, so he probably has 90 res. And then he would have the extra fire, so he's probably not missing fire res, because the only thing that could really be missing is maybe Commander of Darkness, and I don't even think that, because that's a range of 80, and the Purity of Fire was a range of 90, and I was right there, so he has the res, he's 90. Okay, so with 90, and some spell suppression, what does it look like? What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, that makes sense. Yep, if he's just taking 10%. And then if it is a spell, but I just assume that it didn't work, but like it got one-shotted. So that's a lot of damage. Holy shit. That's a lot of damage. It probably didn't trigger the spell suppression. It didn't block, obviously. And it may have been a 2-shot or a 3-shot if it was all 3 of the corpses and it was all just in one explosion, instant one hit, technically, but that's insane. 1 million. Wow. Oh, and I wanted to compare it. So you see the zombie at 38 and the 102, and in the clip I have 9 zombies alive, and I only lost 1 zombie in the AG. Like, what the fuck is that? Okay, look at this. Zombie. So 38. 385. So it's, yeah, it's literally triple. It's triple. It's 3 times tankier than my zombies, and it died. That's insane, dude. So then I already actually replaced him. He's been replaced already. We already got him back. Basically the same except for very key things. So he still has I'll just show you it in POB first. The Gravebind vulnerability. He had the explode. Now I can't show T1 in the POB for some reason. I can obviously edit it, but it wasn't letting me just select the elevated mod for some reason. So that's weird. And then the so it was 32%, and it was apply additional curse, and it was spell suppression in the life and the res. But now I got, instead, I did 35 explode, so it's elevated, perfectly rolled. And then I also got nearby enemies are blinded, the Redeemer mod, and the, I'll show you actually the mod. And so as you can see, no elevated, no scroll wheel to take it to the cannot be blinded. There's a nearby enemies are blinded and cannot be blinded, and it just, yeah, it doesn't have it here. You'd have to edit it. And then every time you add a mod, it would mess this up. So then I did that with the explode, and I awaken or orb those instead of the additional curse. I'm just not using the additional curse right now, and it still lets me use the vulnerability on the AG. Yeah, you just need his base. The extra curse is so we could use an extra curse, yeah. So then spell suppress. Extra spell suppress there. Did Elder Helmet. This was not double influence, it was just so it was easier to get. Spell suppression and nearby enemies take 9% increased fizz. I realized I actually crafted the +1 AoE because the level didn't matter, and it was just the 10 AoE that I wanted, and that's what the last mod was on the helmet, yeah. And then the boot here actually had brittle, so it had some implicits. It had increased life regen rate and brittle, but I just didn't put them in because the Eldritch Currency, I don't, it's not supported. Oh, did they fix it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So then I had brittle and the thing, and then we have I had reses, and then the spell suppress and move speed, and I'll show you guys the spell suppress even with all of it. Was only 74, so even if you cap them all, you'd have to have like a shield. And now the final thing, you had a Kingmaker with AoE, so it's the Harvest enchant for AoE. Nice Kingmaker, super expensive. And now I'll show you guys how I replaced it. So my new AG is Relentless Fury with AoE, Fortify Corruption. Okay. We got the Explode Synthesis Implicit with the... we went for a Veiled Chaos Orb, and I got the Chance to Poison T2, and I got the Chance to Poison Craft, and I also unveiled Attack Speed. I would have wanted maybe double damage as well. It's also really good. Gravebind with Vuln. I'm doing a Void Walker. Oh, I need to craft the helmet and the res on the chest plate. So then got the Explode chest elevated 35 this time with the 15 from the weapon. It'll be 50. And then it cannot be blind instead of extra curse. And then spell suppress. And I craft fire lightning, cold res nearby. Enemies take 12% increased fizz, elevated elder, and then we have the shaper AoE. Elevated the same. And void walker for phasing if he's killed recently. And you see here, avoid projectiles while phasing too. Spell suppression, 9% on the helm, 19 on the chest, or 18 on the chest, and then I have the 24 through Quickening Covenant, so he has some spell suppress. I already put the weapon. Keep going. He should have 2 weapons now. He has a helmet now. The body doesn't show up. See? My joke about like the body armor showing up on your filter after your AG dies was real. Oh my god, it was a joke, but it was real. So my final advice for that, for my anime guardian, for me right now is, oh yeah, so it was 100k, and now it's level 21 instead of a 20, so it's actually 112k. So that's already 10% more, so that would be, instead of the 1 million, it'd be the 1.1, so it's like massive amounts just with that one level. So small stuff like that is going to be huge, so getting the life of it higher, and then technically I could just use Divergent AG, and especially actually you could see that all the monsters were stun locked and frozen, so I don't even need the Animate Guardian technically for that. It's nice, but is it worth risking it there when we know that that's possible? Corpse Detonator plus the bosses with the amount of HP they have, 27 million to 50 million, with the extra 200% more life. It's a crazy amount of life, and then it equates to a lot of damage when the Corpse Detonator detonates the corpse on top of your Animate Guardian. RIP. So yeah. Then my other advice would, yeah, I could spec into more life for that, but really it is just probably not worth it to bring it in, since it was triple the HP of the zombies, and the zombies didn't get corpse detonated by that, and it's just random. That's just RNG, like the fact that it stacked up like that, and it happened. Unlucky, dude, unfortunate. But we rebuild, and we learn, and now we will probably try to keep him safe from there, and use him everywhere else. Yeah, and then just use the towers. I'm also thinking I'm going to build scout towers more often now instead of meteor towers, because of the bosses that are resilient to fire compared to the bosses that are ignoring the summoning. The ignoring summoning is a spider. So I'm going to be doing scouts from now on. Thanks for watching. Alright, we're going to do something different for this one. So, 1 like on this video equals 1 like for the Animate Guardian to stop having to be hardcore and lose the gear on death. True. No, just in general. Hey, if you guys, rest in peace, my AG, like the video. And if you guys like the video and you made it to this part in the video, hey, hit that subscribe button so you guys are notified of the next one. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!